Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in mid-January 2021. What's going on, Aries? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to the mid-month messages. Wherever you are in the world right now, Aries, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. What a start to the year here in the States. Yeah, well, that happened. But in any case, guys, I hope you're doing all right. Please be kind to each other. Please make good choices. I think there's a lot that we could say. There's a lot that we can disagree on and all these other types of things. But the bottom line is you have to do, I don't know, you don't have to do anything, but there, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, Aries, just please make good choices. Take care of yourselves. Be kind. Do all that good stuff, all right? Aries, no other announcements, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Anything you want from me, it is in the description box. If you want the timestamp, it's down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. If you have any questions before you place an order with me, just go ahead and, yeah, that turned upside down. Yeah. Go ahead and email me at the same address you see listed there, and I will answer as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I give you a link for that down below as well, okay? Aries, let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's get you a story for mid-January. Let's see what's going on for Aries in mid-January. I think we're going to do a bridge or two, it feels like. Last one, thank you. All right, guys, let's see what's going on for you. Aries in mid-January, please. What are the messages? Woo, 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 Six of Swords, do, do, do. Something that came face down. Maybe one more. Let's see. All right. All right. Six of Swords, and then the Queen, or excuse me, Page of Pentacles, not Queen. Page of Pentacles, and then the Hermit in reverse. Okay. Six of Swords. Lovely. Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be dealing with an Earth sign. Don't have to be. And the Hermit in reverse. Major Arcana for Virgo. So, regardless of who you're dealing with, I think you kind of don't want to deal with it. Or if you don't want to, if it's not about not wanting to deal with it or them or whatever, there is just this vying to move, vying to push forward, but the pace is either too slow or too fast. Something like that is coming through. And I gotta tell you, Aries, I think it could be for some of you, you're dealing with a person like this, hot and cold, in and out, here then not here, here then over there, just inconsistent. There's something about things being inconsistent or blah, just blah. Because I feel good intentions, to be honest, it feels like good intentions with the Page of Pentacles in the center there. And again, it could be you, but I'm going to say it's someone that you're dealing with. But, for those cross watchers or any Aries who's aware of themselves, it could be you. I feel good intentions here. I do feel like there's a want, there's a desire to do things, quote unquote, the right way, or to be present, to be involved, to be studious, because again, pages are students, and the Page of Pentacles is arguably the most dedicated of the pages. So there is honest intention, but the execution is poor because it's a page. If we're dealing with adults, because this is what this channel is about. This is not made for children. I'm not talking to 12-year-olds. I'm talking to anyone who's over the age of 18. And presumably, and it's arbitrary, I suppose, to call someone an adult at 18, but presumably anybody who's over 18 knows a little something about something, right? Knows a little bit of something about the world at large, or at least their experience in this world, and has some working knowledge. But given my channel analytics, not most of you are 18. Most of you are 30 and up, okay? So you definitely are yourself or dealing with people in those age ranges. Most of you. I mean, some of you could be dealing with a child, technically, since a page came out and I said it doesn't have to be you. But whoever this is, regardless of how old they are not as mature to deal with or meet this moment. It's like meeting the moment and someone shows up as a page. You don't send for whatever the meeting moment is. You don't send the student. You don't send the apprentice. You don't send the person who's training. You send the person who has some type of expertise. So for some of you, this could be about your work. This could be about your own work, like your own development, or working alongside people, taking on partnerships that will help you along your journey. It's like maybe some of you are wanting to start in on a business or start in on a project or start in on, anything, a fundraiser. And you're going to the person or you're enlisting the help of people who are not that experienced. The thing about the pages is they're eager. They're willing to learn. They have no other choice. So they're open to criticism, or they're open to being molded and sort of corrected along the way if need be. They're workable. That's good. And they can be a lot more imaginative than, say, the more masterful members of the court cards, such as a queen or a king, right? So that's good. But I feel because of this, Six of Swords, strong intention on progress, strong intention on getting out of dodge, getting out of hot water, getting out of choppy water, moving into a clearer, calmer, more stress-free zone. I'm not sure that we can always do that with someone who isn't necessarily the most mature. And that is doubled down because of the Hermit energy. I feel some of you, okay, that's very specific. Now listen, this is right out of the left field, so I'm just going to take it real quick. This for someone here is about an ex or someone you're involved with now choosing to go the easy route of choosing like a younger lover, a younger person, male or female, doesn't matter, to be with because they're the hot new model and it seems so easy, but that's ill-advised. Hermit in reverse. That's ill-advised. That's not healthy. That's not taking the high road, so to speak. It's an easy way, no offense, to get a nut off. So if this is very sideline, this is not even the main message. But for somebody out here in this energy, you have been with someone and they jump off into the sheets of a younger person and they think that's cool and they think like that's the move, and it's not the move. And that's not me disparaging it in general, but in this specific energy, somebody's being a dumbass by doing that. I want to let that go because that's not for everybody. Okay. So, in general though, there's this move towards better, towards calmer, towards more easy, or towards something that feels easier, or is, again, less stressful, less taxing on the brain, like less taxing on your mental space since it's swords, right? And I think the trouble with that is the Six of Swords, it's meant, and also because the Hermit's on the other side, it's done presumably with wisdom. We hope to, because in the traditional, it's very similar here. In the traditional depiction, we see people in a boat. Here we see some two pair of people in this flying contraption going to God knows where, and hopefully things are going to work out. So it's like the intention behind the Six of Swords is, that it's going to work out. It has to work out. It has to work, because this is sort of, in some of your cases, Aries, it feels like this is the last shot, or this is the only opportunity that you or someone else has to take. So they take it. But it doesn't seem that smart. And maybe this is the perception of others. Maybe this is self-criticism. I don't know. But it doesn't seem that smart. It's like a half-baked idea, or it's a half-executed or poorly executed plan, okay? And the root of it, yeah, okay. I was questioning this use of the word root, but they're like, no, go ahead. The root of it is with this Hermit in reverse. So either you or someone else or somewhere in this energy is a lack of clarity. There isn't even like a questioning of the root. There isn't even a questioning of the motivation or questioning of, like, The Hermit, traditionally, when we see him in the upright, is highly investigative work. It's looking to find balance, or excuse me, looking to find healing, looking to find clarity and insight, looking to dive into the wasteland, as we can kind of see in the background of the card, go exploring in the wasteland in order to dig up some type of, treasure or insight, right? In reverse, not even thinking in those terms. So there's short-sightedness here, which again can go back to the Six of Swords, because swords are the fastest of all of the suits in tarot. So it does lend itself a little bit to impulsivity. Okay. So this could have been an impulse, just on the fly. This is what I'm going to do, and trying to stick with those guns. I don't think that's wise. There's like a lack of wisdom here on someone's part, whether it be you or someone else, I don't know. But again, this is not for children. I'm not talking to people who don't have life experience. You or whoever you're dealing with, you've been around the block a few times. It's kind of like that energy of you should know better than this. But someone is behaving like they don't know anything, or they're so, because again, not to knock it, because there is a sliver of hope here in that the pages are still forming. They're still maturing. So they're basically not cynical. A page, whether it's your energy or somebody else's energy, is not cynical, is not jaded, is not afraid to take those risks, to bet against, go against the odds, so to speak. So that is good. But because the Hermit is in reverse, I'm so frustrated with this energy over here, because it's like it would be bomb if that had showed up in the upright. That would have been great, but it showed up in the reverse. So I'm sensing that this is blindly moving forward, making decisions, possibly in some senses actually physically moving somewhere with the Six of Swords, and not necessarily doing your due diligence, doing the studying, doing the analysis. Hermit in the upright, attached to Virgo energy, is analysis king or queen. The masters, they analyze the shit out of everything. I say that because I know many Virgos, okay? But this is like no analysis, just going off of instinct, or going off of a hunch, or going off of a, I heard a thing. I heard a thing about this guy. I heard a thing about this girl. I heard that they would be great to work with. Okay. Did you research? Did you even Google? Did you what? You got it from one source, or you're just going off of your hunch. And that's also kind of out of the realm of the Page of Pentacles. Pages are all students, and the Page of Pentacles would take practical study. They would be very careful about what they're doing. And I feel like for some reason, impulsive possibly behaviors or motivations, somebody is throwing their caution right out the fucking window. No offense with the language, but that's what this feels like. So let's see what else is going on for you, Aries, in this reading. Let's see what else is going on here. If it doesn't resonate, that's totally okay. That's very normal for a general reading, okay? But what else is going on in this story for Aries? Please show me. Two for one. What else is going on here for Aries? Please show me. And I think that's come up before in other readings. Four of Wands. These kind of came out together. We'll see if they partner up. Nine of Wands, Six of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, listen. I guess I got to go back to that story real quick. For that one where it's like in a partnership, someone's spot in the bed isn't even cold yet and they're replaced, or they've moved on with someone else. Like, that is here. Because like literally when you look at this card, you see this guy, he's looking through the spyglass at this person over here giving flowers to somebody else. It's like legit watching your ex move on with someone else quickly. Listen, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it ain't okay. In this particular case, it ain't okay. Because it's not, I don't know. There's some, and again, it could be perception. So let me go ahead and be very, very honest with that. I mean, it kind of goes with the territory being an empathic person, is I'm often interpreting energies that I feel, that I can, in a sense, quote unquote, relate to. Not personally relate, but I can articulate it. So it could be actually the right, that's why I just said it. Sometimes that actually works. That's actually what works for the person who's leaving, or works for the person who's left behind. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. But from somebody's perception, it's like, no, that's wrong, or that's way too soon for you to be moving on and falling in love and making a happy home with someone else after you and I just stopped being a happy couple. Like, legit, yesterday you broke up with me, or we stopped doing whatever the fuck we were doing, and today you're with him, you're with her, you're with whoever. What? There's that, like, that's leaving a really nasty feeling here, or a bad taste in someone's mouth. Again, it's not for everybody. Now, what is coming through here? 9 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Did I show you guys the cards? I showed you these two. I didn't show you the 4 of Wands. And 4 of Wands on the end there. Okay. Aries. Well, I mean, that's still kind of here. I still feel whatever we're moving away from, because I do feel movement here. Pages, they move, but not as quickly as knights. Okay. And Hermit is about progress, but there's a stalled action, or there's like a, it's just not, I wish that was upright. It would have totally changed the reading. But what I'm sensing here is we were tired. We were tired, or are tired of something that is it's present, ever present. Interesting, ever present. Talking about the 6 of Cups. So this could be a cycle for some of you. This could be rotation. You could have been on a merry-go-round with a person, family, friend, lover, it does not matter. And we're tired of it. 9 of Wands, tired of the cycle, tired of the connection, tired of the bond that you have with a person. And that could have been the total inspiration to jump off and go elsewhere, go exploring, get away from, not want to sit here and analyze it to death, not want to sit here and reflect upon it. I just want to be done with it, right? So 9 of Wands, that's that dedicated action, wounded warrior. That's being, sticking to your post, job well done. You've stood in line and you did what you needed to do in order to succeed or see the mission completed. Okay, great. Due diligence, perfect. I support that. What I like is that I'm getting the feeling of somebody knows they've done that. I did everything I could. I stayed as patient as I could. I worked as hard as I could. I put in my best efforts. And for some reason, I still ended up with a battered head. I still ended up with this dressing on my head. So it's, again, that wounded warrior. Like, I stuck it out. I got the bruises to show that I was there. And I lived through that chaos, right? And it's possibly chaos. And I think I just ranted at someone. You're the 4th or 5th? No, I think you're the 4th. Yeah, I think you're the 4th sign I'm doing this month in this rotation. But I ranted to one of the previous signs about this. Although theirs was a 2 of Cups situation, it's very similar. 6 of Cups. This is nostalgic. This is childhood or past life relationships sometimes. It can be one of the cards of soulmate in tarot. And if you've been with my channel since the beginning, you already know what's happening. But if you're new to my channel, Jay does talk about soulmates, but not in the way that you might expect. Number 1, soulmates don't have to be romantic. And number 2, soulmates do not always have to be the most positive, ooey gooey, cutesy wootsy kind of relationships in your life, regardless of the type. So I think that's what's going on here. Some of you might have a nostalgic connection, someone who from your childhood or earlier years in your life. They don't have to be a soulmate, but there's someone you have history with. If they are a soulmate, they could be a past life soulmate. Regardless of what kind of relationship you're dealing with, it's not always going to be sunshine, baby. And I think there's a little bit of a sour... the phrase is sour grapes, but the fruit they want me to say is sour apples. So maybe some of you are into Granny Smiths. Maybe that means something to you. I don't know. But there's a sourness here. You know, Aries tends to like to use their time and their mind and their quality of their spirit for good reason. You know, I don't know many Aries who are interested in time wasting. And I feel someone here might feel that you've been wasting your time with a person, regardless of who they are in your life, regardless of how long you've known them, what type of relationship you have. But I feel as though you've done your work, or this is how they feel towards you. And out of it, all you got is a couple of bruises and like a bad back, you know? And hopefully, I mean, I'm speaking in metaphorical terms, but in some of your cases, that could have been what happened. And in that case, you know, if it's a matter of your physical safety, yes, go ahead, run for the hills. But in some of your cases, you legit suffered some type of physical problems or, you know, damn near assault by dealing with this person or dealing with the situation. If it's not a specific person, it could be just the situation that you've been involved in. But in most of your cases, it feels like a person. Who they are to you, how you guys got along, or why you're together is, again, if it's a soulmate connection and you're like, but they're terrible, Jay. And I'm like, yeah, that happens. That happens. That's a part of this whole paradigm shift that we're living through. In case you did not notice, between the last 4 to 5 years, we have been building towards a grand paradigm shift, and we are kind of, you know, we're in the thick of it, right? So whenever things shift and change, it's kind of a shock, right? You got to get used to it, and you don't necessarily appreciate, in the moment especially, the discomfort of it or the new sensation of it. Six of Cups is about old sensation, what we are used to, nostalgic, what we grew up with, how we were conditioned and brought up in this world, right? Tired of that, 9 of Wands. So we change it, or it's changed for us. And then the new sensation, the new principle, the new way of, the new foundation, 4 of Wands, totally unknown. Just brand new information, brand new people, brand new experiences, which again is what I said felt like what was happening in the top line there. That's what someone is seeking. That's what someone is after. But I think the lack of reflection, the lack of analysis, possibly not even planning for very long, just the jump off. I'm a little scared of it. Oh, I shouldn't say scared. I'm a little concerned about it. Oh, is that it? Because I'm all like ready to move on to your advice. 4 of Wands. And again, that could just be the perception of other people. That could be your own self-criticism or own self-worry. But there is sort of like this moving too fast, or after minimal planning, take action. And that can be, it's a little shaky for me. But again, I could be expressing someone's anxiety about it. Okay? It might not be, you know, quote unquote, the objective truth. 4 of Wands. Is there anything else to say here? Okay. Wow. That's very sharp. Okay. Going back to that sideline situation where legit some of you are watching an ex move on into a new relationship very quickly. As soon as you're out the door, somebody else is in your spot in the house or whatever it is, right? Some of those relationships are immediately going to a marriage. Now, what immediate is I don't know. It could be within a few days, a few weeks, a few months. I don't know. But there is like this drive to create a new family home, strong, firm foundation in partnership with someone else, period. And, you know, that's not true. I was about to say I've never been in that situation. Not true. I have. It's tough. But that needs to be said, because in some cases, again, with this person, possibly you, Aries, with the spyglass, watching intently to see how it's going to develop. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see it develop in a positive way. You're going to see that person who you used to be in love with and used to be married to, or whatever the hell it is, walk off with someone else if you keep watching. That's exactly what you're going to see. Is that helpful to you? Is that healthy for you? I don't know. But that's what you're going to see. So they just wanted me to end it with, well, not end it with that, but that's the last part of the 4 of Wands. I think in general, though, the 4 of Wands for you personally, the person, wherever you are in the story, Aries, whatever storyline and position resonates for you, I feel tired of the old, tired of this nostalgic, and when we're nostalgic, we have affinity, right? We have some, usually positive emotions attached to it, right? Those positive emotions, in some senses, have beat you up. Have in some senses kind of hobbled you a little bit. And we need to detach from that, is what this feels like, and make our own foundations. Or make a new foundation with new friends, new colleagues, whatever it is, okay? So what's the advice here for Aries, and then we're going to wrap up. What is the advice in this situation for Aries? Please show me. Ooh, it's almost dinner time. What is the advice here for Aries? Please show me. Ten of Wands. Wrap it up. And that's progression, because Nine of Wands is here, so there is a little bit of progression somewhere in the storyline with this Ten of Wands, okay? So now this Ten of Wands I find interesting. It's one of the only depictions, in my opinion, of somebody doing the Ten of Wands right. In that she's put those wands in a damn bag, using one as a walking stick with a piece of illuminated light or some illumination on the end of it, and she's going where the hell she's going. What a smart way to carry a burden or to end a journey. If she's, and that's the point. Ten of Cups, excuse me, Ten of Wands, all tens equal some type of culmination point. We've gotten the best of it, or we're about to get to, the climax point of something. What a smart way to reach a climax, as compared to other depictions of the Ten of Wands, where people are, bumbling around with wands in their arms. They're about to fall down. They're about to drop the wands. She's got all those wands in place. So there is a potential for someone here to have a more enlightened ending point, transfer point, right? This burden that she has carried, or is beginning to carry, or is just about to drop off at the end of the line, whatever it is, I think for many of you guys in this energy, it's, I don't want to say it's not as bad as it could be, but maybe that's true. Maybe it's not as bad as it could be. Are you jumping for joy? No. Ten of Wands is never something that we're like, yay, Ten of Wands. I mean, it does kind of lend itself back to what I said earlier about the Nine of Wands, job well done, and it shows that you can persevere. It shows that you can take a licking, oh God, again with these metaphors, take a licking and keep on ticking, you know what I mean? You're stronger for having gone through the gauntlet of whatever the hell this is. And I think this particular Ten of Wands in this particular deck shows a greater ownership over the experience, or awareness over the experience, which I absolutely applaud. My biggest gripe throughout this entire reading was this Hermit in reverse, because I don't know that that necessarily serves you. And I'm a little weary of what was going down here on the bottom, but I feel like if you're aware, Aries, or whoever is resonating with this message, and you take that ownership, or whoever is struggling to get through something, struggling to understand why things happened the way they did, and why they were, having to be resilient. Why did I have to be resilient? Or feeling accosted by the actions of another person. Why are they doing this to me? Remove yourself from the equation, friend. Remove yourself from no. They do what they do, you do what you do. Separate that somehow. Even though they kind of, can mesh and overflow a little bit, because that's human nature, and that's the nature of this world. But at the same time, you kind of have to cut that off. You kind of have to call a limit on how much a person can affect you. And there's many, many ways to go about that. There's many practices, there's many beliefs you can have, or convictions you can have about how to do that. But that feels to be the advice. If there is burden to carry, don't say that someone saddled you with it, and don't get caught up in the blame. Just go ahead and carry it, and be done with it when you are ready to be done with it, okay? Aries, that's your reading for mid-January. My gosh. If you like this reading, if something here resonated with you, feel free to drop a comment down below and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, my friends, please consider subscribing. That'd be super, super cool. I will be back soon with your February readings. If in the meantime you want to get at me for a personal, again, you can find that information down below. I might premiere something on the channel soon. I might start a new series. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I'm telling you guys ahead of time, just in case you might be interested to see that. Make sure you're subscribed and you have your notifications turned on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, Aries. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.